All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Holdout Challenge. Over here on the right, we have Flaming Lips himself. Oh, sorry. He did wish to, actually requested to be named by his favorite nickname, the Poop Man. I'm not even joking. He said that. His words, not mine. You guys can... Those who are here on Twitch heard the backstory. Those on YouTube will not. Down here in the bottom left, he's up against Baby Swiss. And this is an exciting match. Can we turn off alert sounds, please, in that one? Basically, Baby Swiss is an 11-year-old. He's played StarCraft for a bit. Him and his dad are passion lords who like to play the 2v2 ladder. But at the end of the day, I believe he's in silver. Did he make Gold League? Let us know in the chat if he did, guys. So we have an 11-year-old child. Oh, he's in Plat now? Oh, he's gotten way better. Oh, okay. Damn. Way better than when he was 9 years old the first time I saw him play. Harstem's going to be going for a 2-gate, no scout. And you know what? Baby Swiss is already getting ready to hide hatcheries in the corners. I love it. This is a fantastic way to stay alive in this sort of game. Remember, the only rule is to live as long as you can possibly live. That's all you have to do as Baby Swiss here. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to survive for, you know, the late game and then try to beat him with Broodlords. You just have to not get your buildings all eliminated for as long as possible. And that is all. Harstem's going to try to get in there. He's going to find a few spine crawlers on one base. And he's going to realize, is the 4-gate actually the right strategy? I'm not quite sure. He's getting ready for a proxy. Sees the 2 spine crawlers. Does Harstem? Oh me, oh my. 4 spine crawlers going down. Oh my. Baby Swiss not scouting. I wonder, what's the best way to finish this game off? Stalkers can get through spine crawlers, but if he gets creep over there, that's going to be amazing. Burrow on the way for Baby Swiss as well. What is this madness? Now, Harstem was asking, he's like, okay, so, you know, with this holdout challenge, you know, what's on the line? What do I really have to lose? What are the stakes? And I said, mate, you're going to be embarrassed. If you lose to some of these regular noobs, or if you even take longer than 5 or 6 minutes to beat some platinum players, come on, mate. You'll be the laughing stock of the pro gamer community. Somewhere out there, of course, Rainer is still reeling from taking over 13 minutes to beat a platinum player in his first round of the holdout challenge. And no doubt the Rainer washed comment is still ringing in his ears even to this day. You know, the Home Story Cup champion Rainer, I'm pretty sure still his most painful moment, it wasn't losing in GSL. It wasn't, you know, losing one of those world championship finals that he was in. He's been in 3 of them. It was absolutely the platinum player surviving for 13 and a half minutes and asking him if he's washed. Oh, Harstem goes scouting but misses the drone. The drone comes in to build the hatchery just right after that. Harstem's going for a 3-gate robo proxy. But this is going to take a while to get going, and the spine curl is going to take a while to clear up. Look at this. Is Baby Swiss evacuating? Okay, no, he's just a bit afraid of those stalkers getting on the mineral line. That's a lot of spines. If he had creep and he had like an arc on top of the ramp, this would be much more powerful. Because Harstem can get up the ramp, he's going to be able to work around the edges and try to pick off these spines. But the clock is ticking. 3 minutes and 35 seconds here. Baby Swiss is going to be facing Immortals, and they are very good versus spine crawlers. But another drone hidden on the side. And look at this. Harstem with some really good preparation. He's actually patrolled this probe to check the entire map, but it did miss those drones already out there. Immortal, very good versus spine crawlers, but it does take bonus damage. If Baby Swiss targets the Immortal, that would be absolutely amazing, but none of that spine crawler micro just yet. He's trying to build more spines. Oh no, you can't build them in front of the Stalkers and the Immortals. Uh-oh, Baby Swiss is in trouble right now. Loses 3 new spines that he's trying to build. He tries to uproot these spine crawlers, but they have a very long root time. A lot of people out there do get a bit embarrassed. They feel like, you know, they can't go for that long. But the spine crawler, its problem is actually it takes too long. It's more of a tantric experience, something which you do not want to give the Protoss player. Stalkers and Immortals coming on out right now. The Broodlings go down. The spawning pool has fallen. It's time to try and get out of here. Baby Swiss is going to try and evacuate. No, he's going to try and fight. Oh, but he's getting pushed back right now. And he's got Burrow, but Burrow can only hide workers. It doesn't allow you to hide buildings at all. The Stalkers and the Immortals coming in. Harstem with a pretty straightforward plan in his first game. And look at that. That patrolling probe does find the hatchery in the top left. He needs to get a pylon up there and start warping units to go kill it as quickly as possible. He's trying to make sure drones cannot escape to rebuild elsewhere. Trying to get away from those broodlings at the same time. One of those drones gets out. Nope, does get taken down. 16 drones going down. 5 minutes on the clock. Baby Swiss is out of resources. Can't really do much right now. Could try to uproot a spine crawler and run it away, but he's just keeping Harstem occupied. Now, the problem for Harstem is if he clears this, walks away, these guys can unburrow and build an extractor in the main base. That's the one thing Baby Swiss could do. Baby Swiss is building 3 drones right now. Oh, he canceled a hatchery over there. No, I think that hatchery would have been the best thing for keeping him in this game longer. Now he doesn't have enough money for it. Oh, there's a stalk here. Harstem knows that he can unburrow those drones. Kevin looking very focused right now and playing very solid. Let's go listen to what Kevin's saying.
Neat. He shouldn't continuously do that. It's really a mistake in my mind. It's really a mistake.
The drones are going to run away right now.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I can catch him.
He thinks he can catch him.
Yeah.
That drone pops up at the main base as well. Oh, we're on Harstem's camera right now, guys. That's it. That's the last building. That's the last building, isn't it? No, it's not. There's another one down here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Harstem can hear me. Sorry.
That's okay.
Turns out Defen gets rid of my mic as well as the other one. I'm sorry, Kev.
That's not a problem. I'm destroying this guy. How else did you think I was responding to you, Pig?
Ah, I didn't even realize you were responding to me. I was like, he's talking to himself about the same things. Big Brain Pig here with the professional production. Baby Swiss does say you found it. He actually did pretty good, though, with the hiding of everything there. Yeah. 7 minutes almost, man.
6:50. I thought it was going to be 5:30, honestly, but after I saw what he did, I hadn't expected the proxy hatch because, well, it makes sense, I guess. I should have scouted for that.
Your probe actually went just past the drone and like barely missed it. I was like, oh, this probe scout's so genius, and I think you missed it by like the tiniest little bit. I'm gonna go check the replay right now, and yeah, you came really close, and you went just past the base as the drone came in to build the hatchery from behind the minerals.
Gotcha. That's great. But
good start though, man. 650.
It's a good time, though. It's a good time. We're happy with this.
Well, we're comparing you, of course, to Rainer. Rainer is basically the pinnacle of manliness and pro gamer aptitude. And yeah, you halved the time that Rainer got in his first game versus a platinum player. So pretty good start.
Faster than Rainer. That's what I want to hear, Pig. That's all I needed.
All right, guys, going to the next game on Frost LE. Oh, my Lord, this is a blast from a past. Dot's pulling out the old maps. It's going to be a PVT with Harstem in the bottom, and he is also thinking old school. He is going to proxy racks in the middle of the map. Oh, my. And it's going to get scouted immediately, I think. Oh, but the probe doesn't go through the watchtower. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, if he saw it and started killing the SCV, putting the barracks, that'd be great. Either way, Live, Laugh, Love is now going to be scouting. But on this map, if you scout in the wrong direction like this, it takes you like 4 minutes to find your opponent's base. So that is going to be really nasty. This is actually a big problem. If players haven't played in the last few years as well, they won't be familiar on this map, whereas Harstem played hundreds, probably thousands of pro games on this map over the years. It's a blast from the past, from the heart of the swarm and earlier era. It's going to be just mass marine for him. I like that there's a forge on the way. I do think if it was walling off the ramp, it would be even better, though. And it's a 4 barracks. Ooh, ooh, go to the Protoss camera. Protoss has gone past, but they're not paying attention right now. Protoss is not paying attention. They could have killed that SCV. They're not watching. Uh-oh. And they're going to start a Zealot. They now notice the barracks, but about 20 seconds late on that one. And there's going to be mass marine coming their way. Knowing is half the battle. To get a few cannons over there, it should be a very easy defense. But you're playing against Harstem. He's not going to make any mistakes. And Live, Laugh, Love is probably having their first time ever playing a pro gamer. They're going to be a little panicked. Now, luckily for them, Harstem doesn't know where they are. So he's having to scout. And he actually thinks they must be on the left side of the map because where this probe came from. So Harstem's going to rally to the top left. He sees no base here. Harstem's like, wait, what? Where are you? Oh, no, Harstem.
Ah, Jesus. Okay, so why would he scout in the middle of the map? See this thing? Maybe he didn't walk through the tower. Maybe he didn't realize there was a tower there. What a blunder that would be, though. What a blunder that would be. God, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes with that type of blunders. Okay, well, oh my God. If he doesn't hold this, that means that 4Rex is broken or that he didn't have a very good response.
All right, guys, that's a pretty good response. A Zealot, a Stalker, a Cannon, and a Shield Battery, and Harstem's got to go, oh, man. Like he said, why would the probe come from that side of the map? Unless it had already gone through the watchtower and not realized that the proxy barracks, that the tower was there. It went behind the tower. So he actually put that together really quickly, what happened, because he was so confused at first. But, oh my God, he's going to shove up the ramp. Cannon battery, though, does take out a few SCVs and Marines. Harstem seems to be doggedly doubling down. Remember, the most embarrassing thing is if you lose a game. And I think he's realizing that's what he's in danger of doing. He starts a gas. This SCV is rallied off to the right. What is he doing? Guys, Harstem has so little faith in his 4X. He's literally designated an SCV, the guy who has to look in the crystals and read the future. He now sends him back to the minerals. He's like, what did you see in the crystals? He said, I mean, we need to make a really slow transition to some better tech and win 10 minutes from now. Harstem says, I don't like hearing that, mate. I would like some more positive news from the crystals, please. But Live, Laugh, Love looking pretty good here. That Stalker does rally out in a bit of a choke point. What would be amazing is if Live, Laugh, Love can go one base Colossus. If they make a Robo Bay and just start making Colossus on one base, 4X Bio is not going to do too great. Harstem has to start an expansion. He's floating his barracks home, and he's going to feel very awkward with how this game has started. The Observer's having a bit of a cheeky perv on him. Oh, I can see you boys sitting outside my base there. That's how observers talk, for those who don't know. I was not responsible for programming the AI. It's not my fault. He can bring the barracks back and kill the pylon. I do like that move. That's really cute. Super cute plays here from Harstem, guys. Ooh, okay, Stalker and Sentry going to start working on the barracks. He's going to go Tech Labs and then a reactor behind it, no doubt. Second gas is on the way, but a very slow start for him. Obviously, though, Live, Laugh, Love is in unfamiliar territory. Right now, I think they should just be happy to stay on one base and just keep on making defenses. Their job is to hold out. Their job is not to do anything other than that. Stim's on the way right now for Harstem. He's building Marines and Marauders. I love that we may have got him a bit cocky after that last game. And now he's having a little bit more of the Rainer experience of committing way too hard to rushing your opponent super early. And finding that you then struggle to break them if they can respond appropriately. Stalker's going to kill that barracks. No dead space for it to hide in. There's still a Marine at the front right now. Let's check in on what Kevin's saying.
But I don't really need that barracks right now. And by the time that barracks would have been useful, the game should be over already. So we have this one. Maybe I patrol it a little bit further in the back, actually. That sounds better. I should build less Marauders right now so I can get a faster factory. Like, I really messed this up in a big way. The only to me is make sure that he can't escape. But he's going to escape with a prism, isn't he? Oh, he's definitely...
All right, so Harstem's already put together... Look, this is not just about finishing the game off. Look, I've got to take my time. I need a factory. He's trying to fix his very bad opening. He's obviously not as high level with Terran as he is with Protoss. He's also realizing the Protoss could just escape with a War Prism, get a probe out. So he's kind of out there scouting, making sure there's no hidden base going up. Now behind this, there is a Robo Bay, but it's only just started, and it's mostly mass cannon battery on one base. I think as long as you stay up the ramp, you're doing good as the Protoss player. You're going to make yourself really hard to kill. And with force fields, how do you break a Protoss sitting on one base with force fields? You know, siege tanks are pretty essential. So Live, Laugh, Love is actually playing fantastically well. And they're doing great. They said they're barely Diamond 2, so we're about 3,500 MMR, somewhere in that range. Just don't get lured out, Live, Laugh, Love. Don't try to dance with him. He will stim on you and ruin your day. Just stay up the ramp. No reason to be down here for the Protoss player. If they stay on top, they'll be fine. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's what we were talking about. You don't want to be down there like that. No, back up the ramp, mate. There's no reason to dance with him down there. Guys, if a 7-foot-tall Dutch cowboy asks you to dance, say no, walk away. It's almost always a trap. Staying up that ramp is the right call. He's not making Colossus yet. He keeps going down the ramp and trying to build cannons and batteries down there. This is the trap a lot of players make. Think about it. If this army's on top of the ramp, you're unbreakable. But he's trying to dance with Harstem for some reason. And this is so common in these holdout challenges. Like, you just sit on one base, right? But it's so easy to make that thought process when you're watching. When you're playing, your instincts kick in and you're like, oh, the longer this goes, I really need an expansion, right? Then it's like, no, you don't. I like the Disruptor. Disruptor's actually really cute. Harstem's, his first medevacs are popping out only now. I think he could stim and overwhelm this because there's not much damage. All the cannons are the damage, and they're all up on the high ground. If these units were there to support them, they would do fantastic. Ooh. Okay, Bio War cascading to the front. Oh! Okay, good reaction by Harstem. Disruptor trying to get back up the ramp, but he gets stuck, and Harstem does focus it down. Nice move by Harstem. There's still force field available, but if that sentry falls, you've got to get back up the ramp. Back up the ramp. Stop going down there. Oh no, battery overcharge goes down. If he loses the sentry, Harstem can stem up the ramp. That's where things get really problematic. 8.5 minutes on the clock. This is already breaking the previous record for the holdout challenge. And I got to say, after seeing those pictures of Harstem's calves, I did not think anyone would last this long. I thought Kevin would just look deep into his opponent's eyes and they would instantly be like, oh, here we go. He's going to try and stem up the ramp. Pretty good force field cannon battery defense, though. This is like decent fights, I think, for the Protoss. Just don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. Stay up that ramp. More cannons, more batteries. And where's the Colossus? He never built a Colossus. One Colossus would make this situation so hard for Harstem. Oh, we got a Marauder and pulled back. Nice micro, actually, from Live, Laugh, Love right here. This is actually really cool. Uh-oh. Those two Stalkers are going to go down. All right, Harstem's got a third base on the way, but it's so slow. His first tank's only just arrived. Remember, as the Protoss, you can also fall back from this area behind the Nexus. You can buy a lot of time. No Warp Prism out, so he's not going to be able to escape on the map, and the Siege Tank is going to start laying siege to this base. No energy for battery overcharge right now. Good force field, but not perfect. Most of the Marauders get up the ramp. That being said, most of them are dead. Protoss might be able to kill the tank, actually, if they get rid of these Marauders. More units are rallying in. But Harstem, he's lost so much of his army at this point that the Stalkers and Sentries are doing okay. If there's a battery overcharge, those Stalkers actually could probably come forward and kill the tank. Still no Colossus out. A Disruptor does pop out of the Robo, though. This is the right way to do it, man. Up past 10 minutes. Harstem with his 4X build and rallying to the wrong part of the map. He was tricked by the weird pro path of his opponent. Here we go. Disruptor does get taken down before it can connect. Oh, trust Harstem to kick a man right in the nads. That was a nasty one, but it looks like he's broken through now. Live, Laugh, Love did hold on for quite a while. Maybe can survive for another minute. Just building buildings in the back. That's the right thing to do. Cannons, batteries, anything you can. There's not much Marine and Marauder out here, and Harstem's just rallying these units across the map, but he's done this all off 3 racks. His 4th and 5th barracks is only now down. It has taken him so long, and you know Harstem's pride is going to be a little bit bruised, a little bit battered after this game, because this player has actually done a great job of just staying on one base.
Yeah.
All right. If that Warp Prism gets out, they can
shoot the cannons.
They can
no
build
matter what
outside
it
the
is
base.
you're doing, just shoot the freaking cannons. He's gonna get a prism out here. Just snipe the pylon in that case, I guess. Yeah.
Great catch by Harstem. Doesn't let him get the prism. He's focused. He's got that competitive thing. Live, Laugh, Love says, GG, well played. You do not want to leave the game, though, guys. If you leave the game, you will leave early. These buildings will last another 15, 20 seconds, and that is really important. Every second matters. Harstem a little slow to click on those buildings. Those units idled for a second, and that's going to add some valuable seconds.
Damn. I would just hide buildings around the map at any point. 1140. Significantly worse than before, but still better than Raynor. And that's the only thing I'm going for today.
a high bar. I think it was closer to like 11:38, 11:39 even, because that victory screen takes a few seconds to come up. Not too bad, mate, but man, that was so funny at the start. And I swapped your microphone just at the moment when you realized as well, because indeed the probe went behind the watchtower, so it didn't see you starting your first barracks, even though it should have. And then it went past the barracks on the left, and then went back because you didn't notice for a long time, tricking you accidentally. And that's what you get for treating a diamond player like a pro gamer, Kevin. You've learned your first lesson here today.
Well, that's not my first lesson. It's one of the many lessons that I've learned so far today. I've also learned that perhaps I'm not as smart as I think I am. The 4X Marine, I think, is a bait. It makes no sense because Marines are not good at taking out static defense. And I think everyone will want to build static defense. So I think this is good at higher levels, but not at lower levels. And even at higher levels, if the plan is to just stay alive, I don't think it's good. You should like things like a 3-Rex, with stim and combat, that might be good because it's enough damage output to burst through cannons, or like a 2-on-1 or something. But this was not it, Pig. I'm changing plans many times over.
All right, guys, going into our next Holdout Challenge match, we've got Harstem in the bottom right. Looks like we've got Pi here, a Diamond 2 Protoss in the bottom left. We're playing old school maps. It's Tulda, Rim, Alta, Harstem in the bottom right, Pi in the bottom left. And these maps are actually so janky. They are so friggin' weird. And that probably helps Harstem more than his opponents, I would say. I think he should be... I mean, I guess he's unfamiliar on them as well. He hasn't played them in a while. But how do you wall off this map? Pi's already going for a natural wall off, which is quite brave when you're playing a PvP versus Harstem. That's going to be... Whew. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Going to go for a gateway wall off on his main base is Harstem. There's no ramp there, but it's a much tighter choke point. That natural is going to be way harder to defend. Harstem, he should have noticed that probe coming in from the left and changed directions, but I don't think he was watching. So he's going to have to go all the way around the map before he finds Pi. And that's a big disadvantage. Pi sees the gateway and then runs away? Interesting. So why did we scout then? What are we up to, Pi? I guess Pi was maybe just checking the buildings were in their own base. Interesting. What's Pi got in store for us? Now remember, this is a Diamond 2 player, and historically, Diamond players tend to just play very normal strategies and then lose very quickly. So historically, Diamond players are very bad at this challenge, and oh my god, Pi's going for a Nexus right? No? Okay, changes mind. Looks like we are going to see a Cyber Core, but still a Nexus after the Cyber Core? No? Okay. Might be a second gateway. Okay, it's going to be a 2-gate. Oh, thankfully that does decide to play a little bit safer. The second gate's still super late compared to Harstem's second gate. Harstem still has not found his opponent, though. Oh, he might be annoyed at that.
Natural as well. Maybe that's the optimal thing to do. Feels pretty optimal to me, at least. Why is this Cyber Core so late? Was I sleeping? Maybe the minerals suck balls on this map. Also possible. Okay. I'm power as well. I think that's a good play. In general, it's something that you probably want to be doing. He hasn't scouted yet, which it would scare me, but I think it's also correct by them. They know they're being all in. Doesn't really matter what all in is going to hit.
All right, guys. So he's going to go for a proxy on the left side. I think that's a good idea. Pi has sealed the hole in the wall there, but I'm pretty sure there's a gaping abyss over here. And the rally point to that tells me that he knows about it. But Pi's supply blocked. Pi forgot the second pylon and is making a Nexus right now. Pi, for some reason, scouted the gateway and ran away. And you could hear Harstem say, he didn't scout me yet. But actually, he did get scouted. Pi's going to wall off now, but oh my gosh, not having a single unit out. Harstem's almost got his third and fourth Stalker out, and the first unit hasn't even started building for Pi. This is a disaster. Oh no. Oh, yep, and welcome to the Holdout Challenge, guys. You might think I could hold out for 15 minutes versus Harstem. The number of StarCraft players who get here with the limelight on them and crumble under that pressure is so high. Stalker's taking out the batteries of the pylons right now. This is a disaster. Pi's not even canceling the money, canceling them, so he's not getting any refunds. One Stalker on the map. Warp Gate will finish, so it'll be 3 Stalkers, but without any battery overcharge or anything available, this is going to be a big problem. Going for a Nexus versus a guy who's trying to speedrun you. A little bit of a wild decision, but knowing, I mean, I'm someone who throws PvP matches on a daily basis, so I totally know where Pi's head went. Pi was like, I think I can defend 2 base. I'll just play really safe on 2 base, but no. Forgetting the second pylon and kind of overthinking the build a little bit here. Pi's Stalker is getting overrun. Harstem is going to overwhelm very, very hard. Ooh, Stalker's just chilling for a moment. Harstem a little bit idle. He's already sent a probe to look for hidden buildings. You'd think most players would just hide a probe in the corner of the map somewhere and start hiding those buildings, but a lot of players don't think about that until they've already started losing everything. Oh, Harstem walls the probes in! Oh, 300 IQ pylon block there. Pi's laughing. Pi's just like, oh man. He could try to hide a probe in the corner. This is a very big base. Pylon was 10 out of 10, says Pi. And indeed it was. It was a beautiful move. That proxy pylon finds an extra use. Probe's going to try and hide. He could build like a Nexus. I think you might be able to squeeze a Nexus back here on this map. This map is so silly. I think you can hide a Nexus behind your minerals. He's going to try and hide one in the corner of the base as well. But Harstem has fully walled him in. Oh me, oh my. Harstem, you savage, mate. Probe hiding behind the tree down here. That's Wally, the probe. Oh, where's Wally? Did you guys have it? Am I imagining things, or do Americans have? Do you guys have Where's Waldo? Is the American version of that, right? I always thought that was crazy. I was like, why'd they change the name to Waldo? But I don't actually know if it originated in America or not. Someone in the comments can let me know. Anyways, looks like Wally did die. Wally the probe did go down. Stalker's warping in all over the shop. That Nexus does get found. Harstem finds this one as well. There's a few probes hiding. There's actually 3 back there. There's 2 more. Wait, 3. There's 3 probes hiding back there. 3 Where's Wally probes hiding in the back. The Nexus is going to go down. All right, Pie needs to build some pylons. He's going to build some pylons here. He sneaks a probe out. He's going to put another Nexus down, but he's building it right next to the Stalkers. And then it goes back. Harstem's like, where are these probes coming from, man? What the hell is this? There we go. Stalker's taking out the probes. Oh, does go down. Last few buildings going to fall. I'm actually surprised he's made it to 6 minutes, guys. He's going to cross that 6-minute mark, that last pylon. The last probe did go down. 6 minutes and 1 second. Just about to tick over to 6:02. GG. Well played.
What do you think of that, Pig?
Whew, that was impressive, mate. You managed to beat a player who forgot his second pylon and tried to expand versus you.
I think it's not about plan expanding. I think they all make the mistake of trying to not expand. But this expand was not good, so you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he went to start the units, and yeah, it was a little late on it. I think the old maps are also throwing people off a little bit as well. They're like, oh, what do I do here? I think expansion itself is not too bad. What did you think of the probes hiding behind the trees, by the way? I thought that was a pretty cool move.
What the hell was that? I thought I cleared all of them.
Yeah, there was
Couldn't
4
recall
probes.
that being in the map at all. I did have, I still had a folder with the correct walling positions on this map though, so that helped me out.
Seriously?
No, I made it up.
I was like, this man pulls out a friggin' notebook that's all like scrappy and torn. It's got cat fur on it
With
for
the
some
coffee
reason.
stains on it.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell? You're like, oh, this is how you optimally cannon rush on Tal'Dorei Malta. I'm like, oh man, that old coaching with King Cobra from back in the day paying off.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we've got Heroes Angrath at the top left, another holdout challenge game, and he's going to be going up against Harstem, who's gone back to Terran down here. Now, I wonder, is Harstem going to one base? Because I actually think expand builds give you a lot of flexibility, and when the opponent scouts an expand, they also are like, oh, I think I need to expand as well. And the thing is, an expansion only slows you down often by about 30 to 40 seconds in StarCraft, in terms of it pays off so quickly, and your buildings are not far behind because of it. So I actually would love to see Harstem go for an expand build into heavy aggression, as I think that gives you, if they're turtling on one base, the option to just, you've got a bit more economy, a little bit more flexibility. Angrath, however, appears to be doing a cannon rush, and that makes absolutely no sense. You don't want to cheese the Pooh Man. This is like trying to cheese Florencio, man. This is Harstem. I think this is gonna get him? No way. What is Angrath doing? Angrath has 500 minerals in the bank. Oh my god, Angrath and Pi are such memers. You're not actually... He's going to try and actually cannon rush down here. This is actually a pretty good position, but I don't think there's enough space inside, because if you build a cannon here and a cannon here, then these pylons will die and you'll be going down. Harstem's doing the correct response, but he should pull 2 SCVs to attack this top pylon from there. That's a bit of a mistake. He also can slide this SCV deeper inside the crack right now. Angrath is not looking to get a good time. Angrath wants to win the game. Needs to build a pylon there right now. Goes for the cannon. Cannon is weaker than a pylon by 100 total hit points and shields. Probably a slight mistake, I would argue. But the pylons are going down. These cannons are going to at least get a shot or 2 off, I believe. The SCVs, they're trying to attack this. 4 SCVs on that one. The cannon's getting close to finished right now, but that one's going to go down as it finishes. Angrath has to cancel, starts a new one up in the top right side. That cannon finishes, is going to take out the Marine. No, good pullback by Harstem. Barely saves that Marine. The cannon gets 1 SCV, and oh, I think he changed targets at the last second. You could see he canceled the cannon shot, trying to change the targets. Now Angrath has to go back to a 1-base build, and Angrath, once again, I'm very proud of Angrath. Says, I'm a true diamond player. You diamond players are trying to survive? I'm going to try and cheese the pro gamer, put myself in a terrible position so that it's trivial for him to finish me off from here. I guess there's an argument you've slowed him down enough. Now you turtle on 1 base. It's not too bad. But I do think Harstem comes out of that on top. On the other hand, Harstem's going 3 racks. Now, this is something where Harstem said, guess what? My message, my lesson from the previous game is, 4 racks isn't that good, but 3 racks has enough firepower that it can beat static defense. It can, but I think Harstem missed a very important lesson, guys. Force field on the ramp ruins 3-Rex. If Angrath learns from that earlier game on Frost and just makes like 4 sentries and just sits back and permanently force fields the ramp, 3-Rex isn't doing anything here. I really think Harstem should have been going for siege tanks, right? You know your opponent's going to try and turtle with static and the like. I'd love to see 2 barracks marines plus siege tanks. That would be a brilliant way to take it down. Instead, cannon's already up on the high ground. There's a zealot there as well. Angrath is looking reasonably solid. Marine count's building. There is a factory on the way. I think what Harstem's going to do is he's probably going to go Medivacs, lift into the main, and try to bust in from the inside. Angrath building another cannon over here, because why not? Scouting around, trying to figure out what's going on. Harstem's already looking to make sure there's no quarter bases. Stim's on the way, as well as 4 Marines at a time. Harstem staying on 1 base. I think this is definitely okay, but I do feel by staying on 1 base, he's making a tactical error. Like I said, because the more your opponent turtles up, the more flexible options you have to break them and swarm over the top with your superior macro. But by staying on 1 base, you don't really have the option to overwhelm with that pro gamer multitasking. And I think sometimes as pros, we overestimate how much actual time gets added onto our, you know, the delay on our attacks by taking the expansions. So I think that's something he definitely needs to consider mixing in. Starport's on the way, Robo's there. We're at 4 minutes 40. Let's go to Harstem's side, see if we can get a little bit of insight into what the heck is going on.
Units out on the map, I think, will be caught at some point. Like, I don't think there's a probe here. I think I've done a good enough job for me to say with a certain level of confidence that there's no units on the map. Wait, if he tries to move down here,
Complete.
Don't go up there,
debate
Kevin.
out the force field. That didn't work.
Well, Robobay's on the way this time. He's got his medevac building, guys, but the reactor was a little slow, so it's just going to be 1 medevac to start. 3-Rex is powerful, but immortals, cannons, batteries, and force fields are going to be pretty good. On the other hand, if you can drop in, avoid the cannons, and then if Angrath walks away from the cannons with his couple of units, you can fight them separately, right? Take out the units and the economy, then go clear out the cannons after that. And that would be a really nice way of doing it. But there's a Colossus on the way. That's going to be a game changer, man. Colossus is going to be so big. And imagine if there was even 1 tank sieging him right now. That could potentially bait him in to your units where you could stim on them. Observer does see this 1 base attack coming. Angrath knows, I've just got to survive here. Oh, he stims up the ramp. The force field. The force field. Oh my god, that panic field. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Harstem goes for the I hope you're not looking YOLO up the ramp. And the force field. That force field tells you so much about Angrath that they went like, whoa, like they got whiplash from how fast their head whipped back when they saw those units stimming up that ramp. And they just like mashed their keyboard and mouse. There's a new sentry there. Oh, but you see Angrath struggling with the micro right now. This is the real secret, is Harstem realizes Protoss players don't know how to use hold positions. So, and that Robo is actually going to go down. That Robo is way too far forward. And he doesn't have battery overcharge. He loses the Robo. Very good snipe there by Harstem. Really well done. Very well done. Robo is going to try to rebuild a little further back. He's trying to build some more gateways as well. Should keep just warping in sentries, just trying to repower that 2nd gateway, building a 3rd gateway in a Robo. But here we go. Harstem's going to go up the ramp and just click on the Colossus. Oh, the Colossus derbs back and forwards a little bit. No force fields going down except right on top of the bio once they're already in range of everything. And Harstem, I was saying this is not the greatest move because they can just force field the ramp. But Harstem said, no, Piggy, you're making the mistake of thinking a diamond player is going to play like a pro gamer. You think they can watch that ramp the entire time? He's like, these are Protoss players we're talking about. They have like 12 APM. They're just going to look back at home, be like, ugh, trying to build a pylon, and bam, I'll stim up the ramp, 50% chance it works every time. And I'm like, you know what, Harstem? You're right. It worked. You got in there, man. And once again, how is there not a probe hidden in the corner of that? To be fair, Harstem did a really good job of looking for it. But imagine if he did have a probe out there, which he could build with right now. Marauders are hunting, making sure that's not the case. Last cannon is going to go down. And Angrath, I think, lasts to maybe 9 minutes. I don't think much past 9 minutes. Bio has a lot of damage output. Probes keep trying to get out the right side. Angrath's not able to do it just yet, though. And Harstem looking pretty damn clean. Pretty damn clean. GG, well played. Get Harstem on call.
But also fake GG the entire time, honestly. Which is way too early, because it does make me feel like there's nothing hidden anymore, so. It was a good attempt, the cannon rush. Okay.
That's exactly what happened to Scarlet, actually, Kevin. In one game,
someone GG'd?
Yeah, they like GG'd, and they basically, this probe somehow snuck in between her two armies and got out of there, and she like literally took her hands off the keyboard and mouse and then was like kind of like doing a double take as like the last buildings that she thought were the last buildings died, and they didn't die. Yeah. 9 minutes though, that was good, just under, man. GG, well played. I really, what I admire, I think, so much about your StarCraft play, Harstem, is how technical it is. For me, you know, I thought you'd try some real technical you know, some baboon pro gamer stuff, but instead you went for hoping that they're incapable of force fielding the ramp and just stimming up. You know, it was very 2011 of you.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it and I was like, I wonder if he's going to be paying attention to this. I was like, nah, there's no way. Because who would stim up a ramp like this? Oh. And that's what always gets them, you know? That's what always gets them.
If they don't expect you to be a moron, being a moron is actually a very smart play. That's what we call the reverse reverser, the Uno reverser right there. Very nice.